So, can you explain to us what your typical protocol would be for hair removal?
Yeah, sure. So it starts with a consultation in this room before we even go into the laser room next door. And that's to find out how sensitive the skin is for that particular treatment area. We'll do a patch test initially. It'll start with a fairly low energy, low fluence, and I'll build on that and maybe do 4 or 5 different patch tests settings along the way to complete that patch test in one go. Send them away for a day or two, and then they can come back, and if we're all good to go and there's been no reaction, which there never really is, then we will start the treatment. Treatment will consist of applying a cold gel, same as the patch test, cold gel before the treatment itself. The gel is cold, not room temperature, deliberately cold, kept in the fridge. So that's a good starting point. So the skin is cooled before the treatment. The machine is set up, and then the first part of the treatment continues. Once that's done, the gel is taken away, washed off with cold water, and immediately, without any hesitation, I go straight to the freezer I should say, and out of the freezer comes these cloths to cool the skin to reduce that temperature. During the treatment, I've maintained verbal communication with the client to make sure that they're comfortable with the levels, that 1 to 10 typical pain scale that everybody generally uses, and I try and make sure that the pain level is round about a 7, 8, or even a 9 if necessary. 9's a bit high, but keep it at a sensible level. Keep the skin cool at the end of the day, and there's no post-care treatment at all, just avoiding the usual sunbeds and saunas and heat really. But before they leave the clinic, I make sure that I apply a good quality sun protection, 30s or 50s as the case may be, with zinc oxide in, and that's important. They would never leave the clinic without any sun protection of any kind. That's important.
And you check that the skin is cold before they leave?
Absolutely, yeah. So that cooling element, it's an ice cloth, so you can imagine they've gone from whatever, fairly high temperatures, 60, 70 degrees C, and they've gone right down to, not 0 of course, but they've dropped it completely. It's ice cold, and you can touch it with the back of your hand with the glove on. You can just feel the skin. You know there's no heat. You've got that cold sensation. They're comfortable. You ask them if they've got tingling. They might have a slight bit of tingling, but that's to be expected from this kind of treatment. But it's definitely cold.